Hey guys, and welcome back! Seiben here bringing you my prediction for Planeswalkers we're gonna see in Eldritch Moon. There's many potential choices, seeing just how many Planeswalkers are actually a part of the overall story in Magic the Gathering. But I've taken the liberty of shortening the list to 3 realistic choices. Now, I don't want you thinking that there's going to be 3 Planeswalkers in Eldritch Moon. There may be 2, there may be 4. But you're going to see a case can be made for any of these 3 characters showing up in Magic's latest set. Before we count down the top 3, let's quickly go over those who have absolutely no chance whatsoever in appearing in Eldritch Moon. Let's knock out the obvious no-goes. Characters who have literally no tie to either Innistrad or the characters involved in the current storyline, or may have some other issue like, them being dead. Alright, here we go. Ajani Goldmane, Dak Faden, Karn, Koth, Narset, Sarkhan Vol, Ralzeric, Tezzeret, Vraska, Elspeth, she's dead, Domri Raid, Ashok, and Xenagos, also probably dead. These are all characters who just cannot feasibly be involved in any way with the story unfolding on Innistrad. Now, let's examine characters who may have loose ties but just don't have any evidence saying they'll show up. Nicol Bolas orchestrated the Eldrazi release, Emrakul's attacking Innistrad. The connection's there, but I doubt the biggest of the baddies is gonna show up. Obnixilis was defeated by the Gatewatch and vowed vengeance, but he just had a card last block, so it's probably too soon. Garruk Wildspeaker. Now, this one people have been asking for. He was involved with Jace, Liliana, and the Chainveil. Jace even suggested that Garruk come to Innistrad. Unfortunately, not even a whisper has been made about the Beast Mage, so we have to assume his story will be put on hold. Kiora, a former member of the Gatewatch who tried in her own way to defeat the Eldrazi on her home of Zendikar. She messed up royally and realized her mistake could have potentially ended her world and all those fighting to save it. Disgraced, she walked off into the sunset, probably not in the direction of Innistrad. And Tibalt, the noted worst Planeswalker ever printed, deserves another shot, but I doubt he'll get it here. Innistrad's his home plane, and he has bad blood with Sorin Markov, but ever since his exile, nothing's been heard of this devilish torturer. He's most likely gonna have to wait. Alright, one more round of eliminations before we get into the probable candidates. These are characters we know will have some part to play in the story, but are not gonna get cards. Typically because they've recently had a new card, and it's just too soon. This includes the entire crew of the Gatewatch, that being Gideon Jura, Nissa Vane, Chandra Nalaar, and even Jace Beleren. All these characters are going to be involved with the final fight against Emrakul, but I doubt any will get a new card in Eldritch Moon. Every single one of these Planeswalkers have had a new card within this or the previous block, with Chandra most likely getting a new card when we return to her home world of Kaladesh. It's just too soon for any of them to make it to a card again. The same can be said about Nahiri and Sorin Markov. Both of these feuding Planeswalkers had cards in Shadows over Innistrad. It's highly unlikely we'll see them again in Eldritch Moon. I'd also like to include the concept of them adding a brand new Planeswalker into this category of rejection. In SOI, we got a new Planeswalker in the Werewolf Arlene Cord. New Planeswalkers require time and a backstory to come into the game. The last set of a block just isn't the place you'd want to introduce a new character. Okay, with all those characters rejected from the Eldritch Moon roster, we are left with 3 potential Planeswalkers. If you know your lore, you probably already know the 3 I'm referring to. But first, let me suggest the obvious choices. Liliana Vess. Okay, so this is a sure-in, like no doubt. Lily's getting a new card in Eldritch Moon. She's already being described as the ultimate hero of the set, our only hope. Sounds like she probably deserves a card. We've even seen leaked evidence for her card name, Liliana the Last Hope. All we can do now is speculate on what her card's gonna do. Next obvious choice, Tamiyo. The Moon Sage from Kamigawa was slowly introduced in the lore of SOI, and has, just at the end of it, been revealed as an ally to Jace and Innistrad. Although she kinda plays the role of a passive observer, she seems to be helping enough to get a new card. It's cool that she'll probably get another card. She started as a relatively unknown Planeswalker in the original Innistrad block. It's only fitting that she have her story expanded upon with a new card in our return to Innistrad. And finally, my personal choice for a Planeswalker card in Eldritch Moon, Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Hear me out on this. Ugin's deeply connected to the Eldrazi Titans, and so he's drawn to the story of Emrakul. Not only that, but he's tied to the fates of Sorin Markov and Nahiri as well. He banded with these two other Planeswalkers centuries ago to seal the Titans away. It would only be fitting that they all reunite on Innistrad to see the end of Emrakul, even though Nahiri's, responsible for it. People are also making a fuss about a dragon shape flying in the clouds over Liliana in the Eldritch Moon set trailer, hinting that the Spirit Dragon may be coming. This actually would be pretty awesome to me because I feel his role in the deaths of Ulamog and Kozilek was severely limited. He didn't even want to fight them, just bind them again. He was actually mad at Jace for killing the Titans, but now that he's seen that they can die, he may reevaluate his position, eventually joining the Gatewatch on Innistrad, and hopefully, he does more than just share knowledge. Well, there you go guys, the Planeswalkers I believe will and will not appear as cards in Eldritch Moon. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Who would you like to see printed in the next set? What abilities would you like to see? If you enjoyed the video, consider throwing a like and subbing to the channel for all the latest MTG news, spoilers, and lore. You can also support the channel by visiting my Patreon and following me on social media. Find links to those in the description below. In any case, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.